I just want to follow on from that video because you have to understand something. We're not stupid. We're not idiots, okay? We're not people who are like, oh my God, we're in so much grief, we need someone to blame, and a family that's just trying to point a finger to kind of get over our grief. No, this ain't that video, and what we're saying ain't that. We ain't daft. We know that my mum had cancer. We know that she, eventually that cancer would have killed her. But what we're saying is, my mum deserved to know. She deserved to be given and put to specialists that understood it. She deserved at least pain relief and the right care at the end. She deserved all of these things. And, you have animals that will go into the vet that will have more humanity towards them than what I feel my mum did. Like, the day that we went into the doctor for the appointment that my mum couldn't go to, I sat in that waiting room and I looked around and there was all cancer, booklets, and there was patients in there that was talking to each other. There was helplines and numbers and all these things that you don't really see unless you're in oncology. And I asked my sister, and to God, right, I said to Natalie, I was like, imagine if my mum would have been given the chance to sit in this waiting room. She could have looked at the support groups. She could have looked at all these things. But she had this, when you ain't referred to a cancer doctor, you in your head, you're probably thinking, well, it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? And that's our point. This ain't about suing. I don't nothing from the NHS. I don't give it to the other patients that fucking need it. What I want though is people to understand that this story is very true. What we're saying isn't a lie. This happened. We watched it happen and we've been watching it for a long, long time. And we also ain't saying that everyone involved in my mum was bad. But unfortunately, one bad apple can rot a pack. And the issue is communication. It collapses and it fails, and one dog, you can't, how can you put a doctor in front of a patient that don't know the patient? Even though we was an hour, we had to wait over the appointment time. No one, we was an hour late, they didn't come and get her. So you had an hour to look at your records of this person that's coming in. You should at least know your patient. And that's what we're saying. If you read the comment section on my previous video, it is very clear to see that our story ain't only ours. This is a thing, this is happening. And the NHS gets a lot of slack, and you watch my videos, I'll stand up when the NHS is good and say, nah, if we've had good staff, good medical people, I will say it. And I did say it on that Friday, the paramedics and that, and the people, this one nurse was looking at my mum, very confused why she was in that much pain, and with all the diagnosed, she was so lovely. And she was the one that went to the doctor and was like, give her some morphine. People was trying to fight for her, but at the end of the day, these people are just on a shift, then they go home. It's the people that was continuously in her life that should have made the right referrals, that should have done a bit more. And my hopes is that my mum becomes the last one. And I know that the NHS is a big company. I know this, you know what I mean? But the only way to initiate change is to talk about it, is to say, look, this is what went wrong, this is what could have been done better. And hopefully the next daughter like me don't have to sit and make these kind of videos because their parent war failed. And that's all I hope for, because honestly, the pain that I'm feeling, the pain that my family's feeling, my father, my sister, my nieces, my own son, is horrendous. And the pain of losing someone's hard enough, but to lose them in a way where you felt more could have been done makes it even more harder. I am very lucky that I have a platform. A lot of people don't. And my mum was so proud of this platform. And I know that had the roles been reversed and it was me that was failed, my mum would burn earth down for me. So I'll do exactly the same for her. This ain't about pointing blame or not. And someone commented saying, oh, you should just have a meeting. We did have a meeting. We're making this video after the fact. We're now talking about it after the fact. We've requested medical records. We've gone into meetings. We've phoned people. We will not go to polls. Absolutely not. No way. We ain't just making this video of a spur of a moment. Believe me, things have been being done behind the scenes since for a while, okay? But things need to change. We hear a lot all the time, the NHS is free, the NHS is free. No, it's not. It's just free on the point of entry. You just don't get sent a bill. But at the end of the day, people pay into the NHS, and they have been paying into the NHS for years. But the NHS is crumbling. It has been for years and years and years and years and years. It really has been. And there's something that needs to change. There really is, because there's some fantastic, fantastic members of staff within the NHS, and I feel bad for them, because the NHS as a whole is now tarnished, and I feel really bad for them. But you, your nurses, your doctors that look at people like me, don't be angry at me. Be angry at your co-workers. Be angry at the people that you share a shift with, because I've seen it for years. How people get treated. I've seen it. So speak up yourself. Speak up with us, because you deserve better as well. That is all.